Ross?
Here.
Hamilton? Here. Taylor? Robinson?
Here.
Baxter?
Here.
Harris?
Here.
Insulaco?
Here.
Height?
Present.
Everybody please stand for the prayer and the pledge by Mr. Insulaco, please.
Thank you very much for the opportunity for us all to be here, granting us the patience to listen to each other. Please be with our fire, our police, and our first responders. In your name we pray. Amen.
Amen.
Amen. I
Pledge allegiance
to the flag
States of America, to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with justice for all.
Thank you very much. I
So
appreciate it.
moved.
Second.
Motion moved and second.
Ross?
Yes.
Hamilton?
Yes.
Robinson?
Yes.
Baxter?
Here. Yes.
Harris?
Yes.
Insulaco?
Yes.
Height?
Yes.
All right, if anybody'd like to pull any communications, if not, I'll ask for a
Number one.
pull number one.
Number
Pull one. Anybody else?
number 5.
Pull five. Anybody else?
And I'll move to accept and file the remaining, Mayor.
That's 2, 3, 4, 6, and 7 then. I didn't have 8. You got 8?
8 was another little passing right here.
All right, I just see it. Okay, go ahead, and 8.
Okay. Ross?
I'm reading 8, just a minute. This is
Yeah, I just got it when I saw it down there. Yes, I know.
Yes.
Hamilton? Yes. Robinson?
Yes.
Baxter?
Yes.
Harris?
Yes.
Insulaco?
Yes.
Height?
Yes.
No,
The
let's
number
start with
one
one.
will be first is
You
pulled.
Just by title?
Either title, and if you just kind of want to just explain what it is, since you're on the tree board.
Okay, so this is a press release we received from the Arbor Day Foundation naming North Little Rock as a 2022 Tree City USA. And Councilmember Ross and I are both on the tree board, so we're very excited about that and looking forward to Arbor Day this year.
Thank you.
Accept and file.
Motion second, file, and second.
Ross?
Yes.
Hamilton? Yes. Robinson?
Yes.
Baxter?
Yes.
Harris?
Yes.
Insulaco?
Yes.
Height?
Yes.
And you wanted 5, so go ahead and read it.
Please.
Okay.
By title or in its entirety?
Charlie, did you hear that?
No.
Do you want it read by title or just the entire thing?
Just the entire thing, please.
All right. Okay.
Basically, an email from Rick Hogan dated Friday, March 10th, 2023 at 4:59 p.m. The subject was 1101 Cache River current rehab status. And the subject matter was to all. I was informed today by Summer that the gate was open to the swimming pool and there was no significant progress on the inside of the structure. Mr. Best and I met at the residence to do a walkthrough, make photos, and observe work in progress. Mr. Vest brought a durable lock and attached it to the back gate to keep children from wandering into the half-full pool in the backyard. Although there was significant work going on today, it was hard to see what has been done on the structure since the date the rehab agreement was executed. I'm attaching photos made of the inside of the structure. Mr. Hyde has requested that the matter be added to the council agenda for March 27th, 2023. Glenn, it was good to meet you in person, and thank you for coming over to discuss the lack of progress on the structure. The rehab agreement will expire Monday, March 13, 2023. Rick D. Hogan.
Move accept and file.
Motion accepted, seconded.
Ross?
Yes.
Hamilton? Yes. Robinson?
Yes.
Baxter?
Yes.
Harris?
Yes.
Insulaco?
Yes.
Height?
Yes.
We have a presentation tonight. Mr. Birch, you're first up, if you don't mind, please, sir.
Good evening.
Good evening.
If they can pull up the PowerPoint in the back, would be good to show.
It seems like we're having video problems. Oh, there we go. Look at that.
Yeah, there it is. All right, can you go ahead and go to the next slide? There we go. You know, it's been an exciting couple of years for economic development in the city. Everybody's seen it. There was a part of it in the North Rock Proud, so I'm not going to go over a whole lot of it. I want to kind of just give you an update on where we are on certain things, and some of them I have a few pictures to show. I'm not going to take up too much time, but we are continuing to work with education and working with Shorter College a lot on their program of bringing second chance workers back into the workforce, because as everybody knows right now, there's a bad hiring problem. And we have able bodies that are wanting to get into the workforce. They just haven't had a path how. Now with Shorter's program, which they've talked about up here before, we're continuing to expand that, make it bigger. I've worked with Dr. Green, and we probably meet at least once a week on how we're moving some of these things forward, how they can fit their programs to match our businesses. On the next 2 nights, the North Rock School District is going to be making a pretty exciting announcement that I've been working with Dr. Paluski on, and Mary Beth Hatch has done some amazing work on what they're going to be doing with 7th Street Elementary. I'm not going to steal their thunder. I'm going to let them talk about that tomorrow night. And they have a meeting tomorrow night and Wednesday night that if you have an opportunity to attend, I would highly suggest you do, because it's going to be a neat format for the future of North Little Rock School District. We're continuing with the academies of Central Arkansas with them. We continue to work with Pulaski Tech on training for any business that comes in. One of the things that they always ask is, what is your workforce training? So with working with Pulaski Tech, UALR, Shore College, we were able to provide a really solid foundation for workforce training for their employees, as well as bringing our students up to par on what we need. So we continue to work on community development. Economic development touches a little bit of everything. It's not just a, hey, go chase the smokestacks type job. I mean, we work in every part of the city, looking to make it better, looking to look for opportunities to expand and to grow. We're going to have an announcement probably I guess it'll be about April 3rd, on some things that are happening on East Broadway. We've got some new businesses open up, some that are wanting to move there, and some property that has changed hands and is going to make some exciting projects. But as you know, a lot of the things that we do under a non-disclosure agreement and can't tell who everybody is just yet. We do have, one thing is on April the 3rd, we are also going to start the construction of the health clinic at Rose City. And that is going to be big. That's an exciting project that I get asked about that a lot, of when it's going to start, because obviously it's been, we cleared it quickly, because if anybody had seen the land beforehand, it needed to be cleared quickly. So we're about to start construction. The bids are out right now, and we're going to meet with Alessa Keys in about 2 weeks, go over the bids and get to work. And they're projecting February of next year for the clinic to be up and operational. And have been constantly meeting with Baptist. They've had a couple of openings of new programs that they have. So our health corridor is strong. But I want to talk, if you can go to the next slide. So we've had several businesses do some expansion, but this is an exciting one. As everybody should know, in 2018, Safe Foods opened their beautiful $38 million facility. Well, a couple years later, they're doing a $20 million upgrade to it. And what that's doing is doubling their capacity for shipments. They're adding new rail spurs, and they're adding actually some new product lines. They have combined with a company, PSSI, that is allowed them to grow their business, and they're going to add another. Right now, they think 20 to 30 jobs. It's probably going to end up being closer, maybe to 50 by the time they're all said and done. And that's in a part of town. Does anybody know where Safe Foods is?
I think Ron was asking. Go ahead.
I was trying to,
Still Chicopee area.
it's on Broadway is all I know.
No, it's
No,
not.
that's all. You know where the old P&G plant was?
Yep.
The old Chicopee plant?
Yeah,
That's it.
Wow.
That's part of it. The other side of the Chicopee plant has been purchased by a group out of Greenbrier that is fully restoring it. They've already opened one business in it, Creative Foam, and they're spending about $6 million renovating the rest of that building. So we're going to have about 200,000 square feet available that we haven't had before, because that building has looked the same as it has since they left in, I think, 2009, if I'm correct. Go to the next one. This is what Safe Foods is, the part that they're renovating is going to look like. This is, if you go back there, they're just some old white storage buildings that have been around since, there's been buildings back there. So they're spending about $20 million. They're upgrading and making their business cleaner, which they're already clean. But we've been excited. We've had some great help from the electric department, wastewater, on helping them reach their goals of their project. The only problem right now is the same with every building project, it's muddy. Next one, please. So how does something start out like this, go to the next one, please, and start to become this? The Tulip Farms was just a farm in 2018. And it started with, when Amazon came down, they were originally looking for one location. They picked the port. This location was actually their secondary location. And when they decided to open up a second facility, they immediately went to it. Well, when you have that, obviously it leads to other things. So Amazon is 1.2 million square feet. It was about a $130 million project by the time it was done. It is now, because of the awareness of that location, has brought in 2 more projects, which I think everybody knows about, Lowe's and Dollar General. Both of those are bigger than Amazon. The Dollar General plant has actually expanded to add refrigeration, which they were going to leave room for the expansion, but they went ahead and decided to do that. So that's going to allow them to deliver fresh fruits, vegetables, and meat to their stores now. And if nobody's seen the new design of their stores, it is really, really a nice addition for a lot of the areas that have food deserts, because now they're getting fresh produce out there. They're getting fresh foods, better foods for customers. We have some opportunities on Lot 3. We had a project coming, and on the day of closing, they backed out. Nothing that we could have done. It was some of their investors did, but we have a line of people waiting to get in that spot. So expect an announcement there soon. Go to the next one. So this just gives you a quick look at what the facility size looks like. Like I said, the Dollar General one is actually bigger now than what it looks like on there. Go to the next one. Now this is really cool. I hope it plays. This is the time-lapse video of the CRG facility, which is who's building the facility for Lowe's. Can you guys play that? Oh, great. Well, I'll email it all to you.
What it was is a time lapse of where they started on this to where it goes. It really is a good looking video. So.
They started in August of last year, and every day I go out there, it looks like a totally different site. They've already got the walls up now. Their projected opening is going to be probably in October. Dollar General is probably going to be late this fall or first of next year. If it doesn't stop raining, it may be longer than that. But they're slogging through it, but it's tough out there. Go to the next one, please. So this is one we met Colleen Bailey, who works with economic development as well. She handles a lot of our retail and small business, and she's been working on this project with the Malley Entertainment Group. They came and met with us, and the mayor, a lot of people said, oh, Top Golf is coming. This thing's canceled. It's done. It's gone. No, it's not. It's actually gotten bigger. It is in a fantastic location for what they're planning to do. So you can kind of see the layout of what their overall plan is. When did they say, Colleen? Probably July they're going to start on the golf. I know they're going to have all their plans and all done and everything done by June. They're clearing, if you've not been out there, all the shell from there, except for a little bit going, I think, to our pickleball courts, is going out to the Dollar General site as dirt fill out there. So it's really kind of nice that we're keeping that in North Little Rock on both sides. But you can see on the far right is I can call it the Top Golf type facility that they're going to have. But the neat part of it is, next to that, they're going to have an entertainment venue with an event center, a beer garden, an arcade, and a lot of other things. They've added the 18-hole putt course,
Yeah.
which is one of the neat things that people have been around here asking. They're working on 2 hotels for that area, and I think their last step is going to be the apartments on the far end. And then in the front of it, they've got space designed for a couple restaurants that they're already working on. So again, don't want to mention them just yet, but it's going to be, a lot of people hated that Wild River Country left because it left a entertainment void, especially for a lot of our younger people in North Little Rock. Well, they're going to have a lot more choices because a lot of this is geared towards, our 5 to 18 age kids. To give them something to do. And, we've never had a facility like this before, and it's in a great location to show. So you can go to the next slide. This just shows the hyperlane bowling lane that's going to be in it. It's just an example of the arcade and some of the VR games that they're going to have in this thing. This thing will stay packed. I mean, there's nothing like it all in one spot. So it's going to be a nice mix out there. Yeah, next one. So what's next? I was hoping to be able to announce something tonight. You can go to the next one. But I was held up by the governor's office because we're waiting to get an okay from them not an okay from them. It's a done deal. It's been done for a while. I don't know if anybody's noticed that there's been crews working over at the old Benny Keith building. But by Wednesday, we will have the announcement of Federal Metal coming to town, a company from the north that has never been down here before. This is going to be a first of its kind facility, and a huge thank you goes out to our electric department. I just found out a minute ago that what their electric demands are, but our electric department is who helped seal this deal. If our team out there, which include Ryan, Jessica, Eric Heinrich, all of them wouldn't have been so quick with their answers. And this really goes to any project that we have. With us taking over the electric out at the Tulip Farms, the same thing. They are so quick to respond and give us the answers and work with our developments that are needed. This group specifically had never had an electric department respond so quickly to them and respond with exactly what they needed. So how many generators or how many transformers did they need? Yeah, 2 2500s, and they're probably in a couple of years going to need a third. It's going to employ, starting at about 40 to 50 people, but it's going to grow from there. And it's another facility that is coming in that is offering extremely good wages, extremely good benefits, and is going to revitalize a building that's been sitting for almost 10 years now. And keep an area of our city vibrant that, when buildings like this go vacant, those neighborhoods tend to go down with them. So this is going to be a fantastic addition at 1200 Pike. And it'll be official on Wednesday.
Okay, questions for Mr. Birch and Colleen, anybody?
I got one comment, and obviously this is not the place to do this, but I'm still bringing it up. When Mally gets going, is planning, are we talking to the highway department? Are we talking about a
Yes.
traffic light, or is that?
So
I mean,
the highway department and actually AEDQ have been out there constantly making sure they're doing everything that they need to do as far as construction wise. They know the plans. Everybody is looped in on those plans of when they're coming in. So that's part of what Colleen's doing, is she is staying on top of that. When we get these projects in, whichever one of us takes the project, we walk these things all the way through every step to make sure that it doesn't get missed. And, we walk.
I just want us to be talking about it, because I don't want to get this thing built, and all of a sudden there's a cluster, and we didn't know nothing about that.
That's what we're here for. That's part of what we do.
Okay.
We make sure that those things happen, those questions are getting asked, and they're getting answered.
Yeah.
Right.
Okay. And do I get reimbursed for all the truck washes I'm doing too?
Are you going through and having their guy wash your truck for you? Because they do. At their gate, they have a guy out there with a hose washing the trucks as they come out. So they're doing everything they can to try and keep that road as clean as possible.
It's a muddy mess, but anyway.
With as much as they're pulling out and as much rain as we've had, it is difficult.
I know.
Ms. Ross?
Just one quick question. When I was out there, Amazon and Lowe's and all the construction that's going on, Have they ever estimated how many dump trucks are out there? I mean, I was totally amazed. It was just constant. I mean,
Well,
just in the short period of time that I was out there, I was just curious if they were,
How many
I just
did,
thought it'd be
how many
interesting fact.
did Mally tell us they were taking out there every day?
700,000 so far.
Yeah, 700,000
dump truck loads.
And they've still
loads
got.
of shale.
And they still got another 900,000 at
Yeah.
the time we talked to them left.
That was amazing to see all of that.
So it's pretty amazing of how much, and they're going out there 24 hours a day dumping, just about. So, you know, it's exciting. What used to be a tulip farm is now going to host, you know, close to 2,500 jobs. And again, these jobs are not minimum wage jobs. They're flexible jobs that have flexible hours. They're going to run 24 hours a day like Amazon does. So it's really some beneficial opportunities to increase the value of our city. And, you know, I'm not going to go over everything that was in the Proud magazine, but, you know, we have all of our high-tech stuff that's down here downtown with ATG and First Orion and several others. So we're continuing to grow, and I wanted to express a great thank you to all the members on the council, because without y'all helping pass some of the Act 9 bonds and the tax abatements that you'll be having one next meeting, by the way, we wouldn't be able to do all this because we don't have the funds. No city in Arkansas has the funds really to support these things, but we have to be very innovative in what we do and how we do it. And you guys all make it extremely easy for us to do our jobs, including you, Mayor, and including Amy, who has to tell me I can't do that an awful lot.
And thank you, Colleen, by the way, thank you for
And
your,
so, but we thank y'all very much, and anytime you have any questions, just give us a call.
anything else? Thank you very much.
Thanks.
Appreciate it. Presentation, Chelsea, you're up next, please.
Good evening, Mayor, City Council. On behalf of Central Arkansas Water, I'm pleased to provide you an update tonight on the expansion of a state assistance program that's meant to help low-income households pay their water and wastewater bills. So the Low-Income Household Water Assistance Program, or LIWAP, as you'll hear it called, is a temporary one-time program. It started last year in May. It's administered by the state with federal funding through the ARPA, American Rescue Plan Act. And so the state got $13.1 million. $10 million of that is to go out to households as a benefit. This program started last year, and at the time, it was a one-time benefit up to $2,000 per eligible household, and it was only to pay their past due water and wastewater. They recently just announced an expansion of the program, so now any eligible household who meets the low-income requirements can get up to a year of their water and wastewater bill paid. So it's really important that we get the word out to any low-income household and any of your constituents who might qualify. Anyone who is on SNAP, TAMF, which is temporary assistance for needy families, or SSI, or LIHEAP, which is the Energy Low-Income Household Assistance Program. Anyone who's already on those programs automatically qualifies, so they don't have to submit income verification. They can just show their document that they're in that program, and they would qualify for this funding. Central Arkansas Water has heavily pushed this out to our North Little Rock and other customers over the past year, and so right now our customers collectively have received $700,000 in benefits. Any customer who has already been through the program and got that one-time assistance for a past due bill, they're going to automatically get this new rate credit. So the rate credit, again, is it's based on a formula that the state came up with, so it'll be different for each household, but it's up to, their intent is to cover a year's worth of water and wastewater bills for those customers, so up to $2,000. Thank you to Mayor Hartwick. He's going to participate with us in a press conference on Thursday, which we hope will get some media attention to help get the word out. We'll provide you guys some flyers, provide your community center some flyers, and we're also doing outreach to our customers on our own as well. But wanted to make you guys aware of that expansion, and hopefully you can help get the word out to your constituents.
Thank you. Ms. Ross.
Well, thank you, Chelsea, and we spoke a couple of times today and emailed and everything. I just want to make sure that people understand, because this was my question to you. Are these funds coming from Central Arkansas Water? Will they affect the rates of our current, for residents that
Right.
use Central Arkansas Water in North Little Rock. Has absolutely nothing to do with Central Arkansas Water, nothing to do with your rates. It won't affect that whatsoever, that these are state and federal funds.
Correct. Federal funds, not
just
even
wanna-
state funds, so just federal grant given to the state. State is administering it. It's available to our customers. We're putting no funding in it. And to be clear, so it does cover their Central Arkansas water portion of the bill and their North Little Rock wastewater portion of the bill.
Anybody else? Thank you.
Thank you.
Tad, yeah, I want to introduce Tad there. He's our top dog over there at Central Arkansas Water. Tad, thank you for coming tonight. We appreciate you, what all you've done.
Thank you all very much.
Appreciate it. Thank you, sir. All right, where are we? Unfinished business. Don't mind.
02309, council members Ross and Height.
This is, we read this one time. I thought we'd read this 2 times.
Yeah, this be,
It's been read twice.
yeah, it's be a third reading.
Just want to hold it tonight because we're still waiting now. We
Hold
are
it.
waiting to see what, where the state, where we are with that. So just hold that, please.
02316, Councilmember Hamilton.
Please call it.
An ordinance vacating and abandoning a certain unused easement on property located at 20 Smoky Lane in the city of North Little Rock. First reading.
Motion to,
Suspend the readings.
motion to suspend all readings. Thank you.
Second.
I'll spend a second.
Ross?
Yes.
Hamilton?
Yes.
Taylor?
Yes.
Robinson?
She's gone.
Oh, okay,
She texted me and said that she's off now, so she won't be with the meeting any further.
got it. Baxter?
Yes.
Harris?
Yes.
Insulaco? Yes. Height?
Yes.
Do we have
Move for
a,
adoption?
Second.
Ross?
Yes.
Hamilton?
Yes.
Taylor?
Yes.
Baxter?
Yes.
Harris?
Yes.
Insulaco?
Yes.
Height? And on the
Yes.
emergency? Ross?
Yes.
Hamilton?
Yes.
Taylor?
Yes.
Baxter?
Yes.
Harris?
Yes.
Insulaco?
Yes.
Height?
Yes.
I think we're on the consent agenda. Is that mistaken?
There's no
No
consent.
It's not
consent tonight,
on
sir.
there anymore, so I got you.
New business now.
New business, so R 2350, is that correct?
Yes, sir.
Please call it.
Yes, sir. R 2350, a resolution amending the 2023 budget for the city of North Little Rock to reauthorize and include additional expenditures for specified departmental budgets.
Move for adoption.
Second.
Adopt second.
Ross?
Yes.
Hamilton?
Yes.
Taylor?
Yes.
Baxter?
Yes.
Harris?
Yes.
Insulaco?
Yes.
Height?
Yes.
Is there a motion?
Oh, motion to adopt?
I'm looking for it.
Motion to adopt.
Boy, that was a resolution.
Never mind, we've already
He got
done
me
I was
confused.
looking at, I was looking at Maurice.
I didn't do it this time. I didn't do it this time.
resolution, and I'm waiting to go
That's
ahead and
okay.
call R 2350.
I don't spring forward very well.
Got you,
R 2351, Mayor Hartwick.
please.
A resolution amending the 23 budget for the North Little Rock Electric Department to reauthorize and include additional expenditures.
Move for adoption. We have an
Motion
amendment.
to adopt.
Motion to adopt,
Second.
and let's go ahead and get it read
We
and do
need
the
an
adoption.
amendment.
Ross?
Wait,
No.
No, we have an amendment.
Gotta do that.
Oh, I'm sorry.
You should all have
got
Exhibit
an
A.
amendment.
It wasn't attached at the time, so I need to amend in Exhibit A.
Sorry about that. That was,
I thought-
didn't get attached.
So my amendment would be to amend in Exhibit A as we were handed prior to the meeting.
Second.
I thought that was my
Oh, I
amendment.
thought it was, oh,
That's
it's
what
your
I said.
Oh,
All right,
I
we have
second
a
either
motion on
one
the
of
floor to
those.
amend, and there's a second.
I'm confused.
oh, sorry.
There's a motion on the floor to amend, and there's a second.
Okay, on the amendment. Ross?
Yes.
Hamilton?
Yes.
Taylor?
Yes.
Baxter?
Yes.
Harris?
Yes.
Insulaco?
Yes.
Height?
Yes.
And
Move
a
to
mo-
adopt as amended.
Second.
Ross?
Yes.
Hamilton?
Yes.
Taylor?
Yes.
Baxter?
Yes.
Harris?
Yes.
Insulaco?
Yes.
Height?
Yes.
R 2352, Mayor Hartwick.
Please.
A resolution waiving formal bidding requirements for comprehensive loss and business interruption insurance for the Murray Hydroelectric Plant.
Move to adopt.
Motion adopt.
Second.
And there's a second.
Ross?
Yes.
Hamilton?
Yes.
Taylor?
Yes.
Baxter?
Yes.
Harris?
Yes.
Insulaco?
Yes.
Height?
Yes.
O 2319, Mayor Hartwick.
Please.
An ordinance amending the 2023 quota ordinance, ordinance number 9550 for certain departments of the city of North Little Rock. First reading.
Move to suspend the readings.
Second.
Ross?
Yes.
Hamilton?
Yes.
Taylor?
Yes.
Baxter?
Yes.
Harris?
Yes.
Insulaco?
Yes.
Height?
Yes.
Motion to adopt.
So move.
Second.
Ross?
Yes.
Hamilton?
Yes.
Taylor?
Yes.
Baxter?
Yes.
Harris?
Yes.
Insulaco?
Yes.
Height?
Yes.
And on the emergency, Ross?
Yes.
Hamilton?
Yes.
Taylor?
Yes.
Baxter?
Yes.
Harris?
Yes.
Insulaco?
Yes.
Height?
Yes.
O 2320, Mayor Hartwick.
It's all of us here. Go ahead and call it, please.
All right, sir. An ordinance amending section 1.1.1 of the North Little Rock Municipal Code, Chapter 4, Buildings and Building Regulations. First reading.
Move to suspend the readings.
Second.
Ross?
Yes.
Hamilton?
Yes.
Taylor?
Yes.
Baxter?
Yes.
Harris?
Yes.
Insulaco?
Yes.
Height?
Yes.
Motion to adopt?
So move.
Hang on a second. I got Ms.
Got
Ross.
a question.
Give me just a second. I got Ms. Ross.
I know Chief Almon's here, that I've bugged him to death all day too about, there's one thing, because my name was not on here because I hadn't had time to check with him when we were talking about this, but there's one thing on here on food trucks that concerned me is, what it's gonna do, you know, the upcoming, you know, when we put the new, when we replace this with the new requirements is basically what it is. And on here on the food truck, there's a section in here on the exhaust hoods, and it's gonna be a pretty large expense for them on their, but in here, the one that we are adopting today, it's not enforced until 2027.
27.
So they will have 4 years to save up money if they want to go ahead and do it now, but I just want to make sure that everybody understands that that's, I think that was the biggest concern that I had on different changes in this. I just want to make them aware. I don't want to come up and say I didn't know, so.
You know-
Anybody else?
Do you know the cost? Just generally?
Chief Almon's here.
Chief?
I know what he told me. Tell him to come up. Tell him to
25. Come on up here, please, Chief, if you don't mind.
5,000.
By the way, we had a fire down there the other day, too.
Well, and that's one of the things, we have had a fire in a food truck recently, and I know looking around the country that, I mean, I see why they put this in the national code, because when you have these large lots of food trucks, you know, they're so close together, and you have one, you're gonna blow up the whole place, basically.
Chief, do you understand the question, please, sir?
With the food truck, the vent hood suppression system, a lot of the trucks already have the hood, but they don't have the suppression system. If they only get the suppression system, it's probably around 2,500. If they have to do the hood and the suppression system, then it'd probably be around 5,000. So that's an estimate of what the likely cost would be for an existing truck that doesn't meet the standard.
And I think-
So
Taylor.
the existing trucks, they would have to be retrofitted?
The way the ordinance reads is they would have until January the 1st of 2027 to meet the requirements of the code.
And then talking to Chief Almond, you never know if there's something else that's gonna come back, any new regulations, so in 4 years, they may have something else that's required of them, so.
So 1,000 a year? If they plan for it?
The reason I wanted to do that is, first of all, the companies that are going to be doing the installation of the suppression systems, they probably couldn't meet the demand for all of the food trucks that would need it right off the bat. It would be really hard just logistically for them to be able to get the work done. And I don't think it would be fair to the people operating food trucks to have to come up with all that money. It could be a considerable expense for some food truck operators. And I wanted to give them time to be able to plan ahead and prepare for that.
So all the new food truck, I'm sorry, Ms. Ross, go ahead.
No, go ahead, because I've got.
I was just saying, all the new food trucks, it's getting more and more, as you see. In fact, I saw where our CVB is about to have a food truck extravaganza down here, if I'm not mistaken. So if you are getting into the business now, when you go to apply for your health department and get your license, are they supposed to have it now, or they still got the other 4 years to come?
So if they don't have meet the requirements of this section of the code now, we will not expect them to, we won't judge them by that
Okay.
standard
That's
until 2027.
Got you, okay.
But
Ms.
we
Ross?
will inform them of what the requirements are.
Right.
So that they all know what's coming and that it's definite in stone. I know that this is coming, I'll have to be prepared for this by a certain date. And new manufactured food trucks are already.
All right, I was
meet
gonna
this
say, aren't the new ones already doing that anyway?
They're already, I inspected one at 4 o'clock today and it's got everything
Got you.
necessary to meet the requirements.
Ms. Ross and then Ms.
Okay, well, another thing that we talked to was about that they're going to require that propane gas detector. You know, in talking with you, it was very valuable information. And you look up, it's about $50. And can you just kind of explain why you need those propane gas detectors? Because I mean, this is not a thing you really want to wait on. But, I mean, it's not going to be required till 27, correct?
So the way the ordinance reads is this section of the fire code would not be enforced. They would not have to meet the requirement until 2027. But as far as a natural gas, a LP gas detector, you can buy one online, probably around $50. And what it does is it detects the presence of LP gas in the trailer. And food trucks particularly have a little bit of an issue because they move and they travel. And so gas lines, gas fittings and things like that tend to get loose. And they may not have a leak one day and then drive across the state to set up at a county fair somewhere and develop a leak driving along the road. And then when they go to light their cooking equipment, they will have gas in the food truck and it can cause a fire. We have had 2 food truck fires in North Little Rock since I've been in the fire marshal's office, and both of those were the result of a propane leak that the operator was not aware of.
Anybody else?
So the thing is, that the $50 could save your whole truck and your whole livelihood, because a lot of people, this is their livelihood.
And we will
for a
be
$50.
encouraging people to go ahead and get that installed. Every food truck inspection we do, we're gonna be talking to the people about that and encouraging them to get that
Mr. Taylor?
installed right away.
Just curious, how do we come up with the 2027 date? Was that,
So in the current code, the 2012 code that was adopted in 2013, there was a stipulation that pertained to daycare facilities that was not enforced until January the 4th of 2018. And so we basically said in the last code, there was a provision that the daycares were not required to meet that requirement for 4 or 5 years. And so honestly, that was just where we got that number. It's a thing that was done the last time the last code was adopted. And it just seemed like a reasonable amount of time. It was plenty time to allow food truck operators to prepare, plenty of time. And at the same time, it does set in stone that they know that they are going to have to meet this requirement and when they're going to have to meet it by, so they can prepare to do it.
Ms. Ross?
And because adopting this in here, we're adopting as is, but this portion was the one that it's city by
And
city.
so everything else is
Set.
the fire prevention code is actually state law, went into effect statewide January the 1st of this year. The city adopting it enables city employees better to enforce it. And that one section was left for local adoption. The rest of it became, when we adopt this code, the rest of it is enforced immediately. But that one section would not be unless we particularly adopted it.
Anything else?
Yeah, question.
Hang on just a second. Charlie's got a question to say. Charlie, go ahead.
Don't we have a reciprocating agreement with the city of Little Rock on permits? I guess a question of Clerk Whitby. But if we do have a reciprocating agreement, how does that affect this? And what kind of feedback have we had from food truck owners?
So on the licensing, state law requires that we honor a license from another city. However, certain cities around the state have decided since a food truck is mobile, they will require licensing. North Little Rock will honor any license from any city in the state. Little Rock, Fort Smith, some of those cities will not. You have to have a license for each location you go to.
Anybody else? Mr.
So
White?
how does
Go ahead.
this ordinance affect that?
It doesn't.
Does not affect
nothing
it,
to do with
Mr.
business
Height. It
license.
does not affect it at all.
Okay.
Anybody else? Ms. Ross?
One question that you know, he asked them, how are food trucks doing? And I know that when we passed the original legislation on food trucks, you know, we had a lot of people saying, you know, because one of the requirements was to have the fire marshal to inspect it, you know, annually. And we had a lot of pushback, and I heard a lot from the, you know, oh, that's going to keep people away from North Little Rock, that they're, you know, that's too much. And I think at the end of the year, we had like, what, 70-something? I counted at one time, I think last December, we had at least 70 food trucks.
We got more than that.
It has it, it has it, with business license, let me put it that way. North Little Rock license.
Anything else? Okay, thank you, sir. Where are we? I think,
Need a motion and a second to adopt, I believe.
To adopt.
motion and second to adopt?
Motion to adopt as amended.
Second.
It wasn't amended.
It was amended.
Okay, motion to
Suspend
adopt
the
as
ratings on
unamended.
this?
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah, we're at adoption. Ross?
Yes.
Hamilton?
Yes.
Taylor?
Yes.
Baxter?
Yes.
Harris?
Yes.
Insulaco?
Yes.
Height?
Yes.
And on the emergency, Ross?
Yes.
Hamilton?
Yes.
Taylor?
Yes.
Baxter?
Yes.
Harris?
Yes.
Insulaco?
Yes.
And Height.
By the way,
Yes.
Chief, I thank y'all the job you did at the high school, or at the, I guess say junior high school. There. Good job y'all did getting in there. So, I know it was not as bad as we thought it was, but y'all got there fast, made the decision, so I do applaud what y'all did. All right, any public comments? Do we have anybody? You get in there, go.
I got one.
Go ahead. Yes, ma'am.
So just wanted to remind the public, there is currently a bill going through the House on short-term rentals that will be heard in House Committee this Wednesday at 9 a.m. in the Big Mac building. So anyone that wants to go, if they want to try to get a seat or sign up, they probably need to be there by 8:45, but that does not guarantee a seat.
I know, I talked to several people, kind of what our stance was here, so I think you'll have a crowd there without a doubt today. Anybody else?
Me.
All right, Mr. Height, go ahead, sir.
Okay, I just wanted to mention that our city engineer, Chris Wilburn, his father passed away over the weekend, and just wanted to send our thoughts and wishes and sympathies and prayers.
I'm glad you said that. I was going to announce it. I think the funeral is this Friday, if I'm not mistaken. So, anyway, anybody else?
So moved.
Second.
Motion second.
Ross?
Yes.
Hamilton?
Yes.
Thank you.
Taylor?
Yes.
Baxter?
Yes.
Harris?
Yes.
Insulaco? And Height.
Yes.
Thank you very much.